watch Calgary play this live week 1 against Tampa Bay. Only one defensive round victory on that entire map. Calgary won all 6 of their attacks, then Tampa Bay won 4 of their attacks, and then Calgary eventually closed it out. But we do have Miami, top team in the East versus Calgary, second in the West, and with a regulation win, can hop over Houston to get into first place in the West. We are going to see a Flores ban coming out here. No real surprise there. Kind of a very util-heavy map. You see lots of shields, lots of zombie barricades. Flores can be used pretty well to clear those out. Gonna get rid of the Nomad as well. 3-story map, few staircases. Just kind of allows your roamers to get around a little more freely. Mirror gone as well. No real surprise there. Can't really name a site that she hurts on in the game, but just getting her out of there makes it a little more comfortable, easier to execute. Don't have to swing onto a one-way mirror. That's just not fair. And the last ban going to be the Cade coming out here. So on defense, definitely very default. The 2 on attack, a little more variety there. I mean, they're not out of meta at all, but definitely not something you see quite as frequently as the 2 we see on defense. We're going to be seeing a basement defense first coming out here from Miami. And just a quick look at the lineups here. We don't have any Eno, no Adexi for Miami. So we're going to say Lobs and Jilxo, and then kind of the typical 5 coming out from Watermelon Snus, or Calgary rather. The 5 I'm used to, the 5 I'm most familiar with, obviously Jimmer is probably the most recent person to join the roster. He's been there for like a solid 2 years, I think.
2 years? Recent? You're saying 2 years is... That's a while.
Most recent of the people playing, yeah, because I remember Pleb Season 6, which would have been 2020, I played Hockey, Triggs, Williams, and Phil in upper bracket finals. And went to 3 maps. Almost took that home, but couldn't quite secure Chalet, unfortunately. But yeah, so yeah. Very, very coordinated, familiar team with Calgary. Very much a staple of the comp scene for a while now. Setting the bar for consistency.
Say, though, that, I give congratulations where congratulations are. That congratulations to our Tampa Bay Tidal Wave who won Snow League. So
Yeah.
congratulations to you and your team. I mean, again, you're Oregon in our league, so I can give you congratulations in another league. So congrats on that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I actually wasn't there for the final match. I had stuff to go do at home. I played every single other round we played all season. And I told Ducky, I was like, we have map advantage. I'm not gonna rush home super quick. So, but I was 15 minutes from home, and he's like, yeah, we won both maps. And I was like, oh, okay, because I was like, that sounds like, yeah, I'll be on for map 3, we'll be fine. But yeah, so anyways, hopping into this specific map, we're already 45 seconds in here, just mainly getting a roam clear going. Mainly making ingress on the first floor here from Calgary, not seeing a full top down, but rather a west main cutoff for the Valk, so Valk's gonna have to work her way around to blue. Are going to see the Jaeger present here over in kitchen as well, with everyone else I think present on site. Now we're actually also have the Solus of Ozzy playing up here. Just kind of assisting with this roam.
I'm just going to do it since it's round 1. Who's your pick here, and do we go to overtime? As Williams gets
the first pick is Ozzy. I don't know. It's a really hard pick. I think either way, we're going to be seeing OT come out. I would not be surprised at all. But I think I'll pick Calgary, just because I've lost to them on Chalet. I don't remember if I played Neon on Chalet. I think we lost to Neon on Chalet as well. I think it was a little closer. But they did let me run around in Rome, which I never do, so very, very small sample size to judge off there. But yeah, so anyways, we're gonna be seeing basically getting into execute here. See what Calgary can make stick.
Ben, my plane behind the little Kiba barrier that he set up, which
kind of just keep his body secure. 40 seconds to go. Jixlow takes a lot of damage. That thermite runs in. He survives. William gets a third on the round, and he gets a fourth on the round. Almost picks up the ace. D. Watson able to shut him down, but he's got a country mile here of 3 guys and the diffuser to deal with to get in this round. That Malusi, not even full health, but 25 of it. He's got to go through Triax, Cayman, and Phil. Diffuser down on the breach. Long angle held by Ace. Short, close angle held by Phil's. Takes D. Watson down, and that's the first round.
Yeah, so a very quick take. Didn't go for a full top down, just a trophy West main backside push. I wouldn't say default, but they got front breach open, rotated around backside. Worked their picks on the backside, cleared real quickly. Looked like Calgary. I mean, the flow was there. They had the pace they like. They're not a team. As much as they like pick up frags and they have big rounds from their fraggers, just like Williams that round and just like a Jimmer the last time I watched on Chalet. They may have big individual rounds, but as a team, they still have a pace that they work at, and they do not deviate from that pace. It's kind of, I guess now, Virtus Pro-esque for our T1 viewers out there. They know what they're going to do, and if they're perfectly fine if you know how they're going to do it. They just think they can work their executes and their clears better than you can, so... And for the most part, they can. So that's one of the things that makes them scary. It's like, you know what's coming, and you still can't stop it. It's like a freight train just barreling at you. So we'll see if someone can derail them this round. Didn't see really any impact coming out from the defense of Neon there. I was kind of surprised to see the basement come out first. I think it's one of the weaker sites on the map. But obviously any site can be strong with, with the right setup. I think any site can be strong, just depending on how you play it. But yeah, I do think basement is probably one of the easier sites to attack. Just because you got the exterior wall, and then once you have west main and kitchen control, there's not a whole lot players can do other than try and hold angles from sight. And we all know how well that works in Siege nowadays. So we are going to see more of a full top-down clear here, which makes sense. Seeing a bar defense coming out. Gonna see the mirror ban kind of coming into play here. Not gonna be able to play that stock mirror or anything. So we'll see how they utilize these shields here. They got 2 on the board and 2 C4s as well. So I'm gonna be interested how those get utilized throughout the round.
Ozzy and I think it's Ozzy and I think it's Lobs. Yeah, they're playing behind the 2 shields. Top mezzanine, top library stair. Just pretty much almost the exact same thing you see for almost any team. Holding bar as Bedmite on the Valve cam takes out Cayman from underneath. That's the opening frag to the Neon.
I saw it come out of his pog. I saw the C4 counter go to 0, and I was like, oh, you may have pre-placed that one. Where'd it go? And then it blew up. I was like, well, guess we know
there
where
it is.
Good use
and
of that
there it
early.
Is.
Great cam there.
That's a great...
I'm surprised. I wonder if they...
As Bedmite picks up a second on Triax, he's going to look for broke here on the third. I think that's the ace of the Ash of Williams. It is, and there's the good cam. Sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh no, you're good. Action's happening. Hop right on in. But yeah, I was kind of surprised. I wonder if they made note of the Valkyrie, or if they even saw the Valkyrie in the prep phase. I guess we'll figure that out based on how they play the rest of this round. Getting here, kind of stalling out
down
here.
To Jixlow. It's a flawless so far for the Neon. As Jixlow gets taken down by Williams, Phil takes down Bedmite. 1 minute to go, and it goes back in the Calgary favor just a little bit, but the health advantage does not favor them in any way.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a 5v2, but overly aggressive there. I get you're trying to get the double swing, kind of coordinate that, but both remaining players for Calgary holding their crosses well, making sure they're covering each other and not overlapping their line of sight to the point where it's like you don't need 2 people watching the same thing, but they did cover each other really well there. But they only got 30 seconds left to work with here, no hard breach, and about a combined 15 health between the 2 of them, so this round may be in the bag.
Williams, got the red ping. He's going to run in through the smoke, and he's going to die to the smoke. Phil dies to a frost mat, and Jixlow picks that up. And that's a round for the Neon in a very uncommon ending.
Yeah. I get it. You're running to the end of the round. Like, you just gotta go in and make something happen, but you got 1 health. You're not making it through that cloud.
No.
So unfortunate there for them, but they just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. And in that case, nothing did. So unfortunate for them, but good round there from Miami. I thought it was good getting those early picks. Wonder if Calgary was unaware of the Valkyrie on the board entirely. I found it interesting that like there was no IQ pick coming out to counter that, so maybe they didn't have as many drones in the map. I know they're very efficient with their drone economy, so maybe just not getting that full intel to be able to utilize the repick phase entirely. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a Val coming back out at some point in this game, if they do make that adjustment or not, because clearly it just kind of set the tone for the round right off rip.
You were talking about how Cellar isn't your first pick. What would be your first pick, Mr. Knock?
It depends on bans in this case, as we do see an IQ coming out now from Phil.
Let's go with these bans.
Yeah, these bans I'd go Kitchen first. You play it similarly to how you play Master, except once they clear Master, you can still fall off to sight. And if they don't fully clear Master, you just have vert holes for days to stop basically anything. With the Mira in, I'd be split between Bar or Kitchen. It just kind of depends on the team comp. Obviously, everyone has their preferences, but I think some things are objectively better to an extent. So yeah, I mean, I'd be going Kitchen here, then probably Bar, and then Master bedroom, or Master and bedroom, or down to basement, depending on the team. And yeah, Lob picking up the first pick. Interesting that the redrone comes out. Makes me think that there may not have been intel on him when he got that pick. Yeah, multiple drones coming through here. Kind of interesting that we have two guys kind of on drones back to back. But that's going to be Ozzy dropping and Lob dropping as well. Ozzy may be able to get picked up here.
He got picked up, but the drone comes through. There's the confirm on thing. Yeah, Bedmite is underneath, playing close by in the dining hallway. There's the first
drone work.
He's gonna run away.
Scanning.
Yeah, good drone work here from Calgary. I would tell them they would do nothing less, that's for sure. They're definitely a very thorough team. You're not going to sneak many things past them. But I think the best way to counter Calgary is honestly to just try and waste their time as much as possible.
And there goes Bedmite, who was just trying to do
left on the board.
But Jimmer takes him down.
Yeah, Jimmer going to be taking it down, making it a 4v2 here. Just going to have Watson watching the backside, Jokso watching the front side. That's basically going to have to be how they work it. Probably going to have to get a little aggressive here, trying to work a pick. But doing that on the Calgary, especially when they have the man advantage, is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. They do cover their angles very well and cross their T's, dot their I's. As you can see, with the fact 3 people are on drones right now. If you're going to take a pick, it's right now because you're not going to get traded.
And Jigsaw almost dies, but he picks up Williams.
Pick.
It's 3v2.
Great angle there.
2 seconds to go. Jigsaw, there's the second nade by Jimmer. It's going to collect him. It's D. Watson against the world here. 3v1. 45 seconds to go.
I think it's going to be important to tell if they have the intel on where Watson is. I mean, you can probably assume
might be a freebie
no one
if
on
Watson
drones right now.
hits Jimmer in the shoulder. Doesn't get the full confirm there. Jimmer's going to come to the side door. Watson, though, gets looked away and he gets swung by 3 different people. That's the round.
Yeah, good job by Calgary slowing down there in the 4v2, not forcing anything. I thought it was kind of interesting that neither one of those shot like I thought. Watson's shots were kind of on the pre-fire. Same thing watching the kill cam from Jimmer, but just that barricade being pesky, getting in the way, I suppose. So yeah, unfortunate there for Miami, but definitely still a lot of time left this half. Gone through the site rotation once. They're gonna repeat Master here. Again, to each their own. Every team has their own philosophies, their own things. I personally don't like repeating sites, just because from Calgary's POV, we just won this site. All we gotta do is run back, do the same exact thing we just did. It's fresh in our minds, and we're gonna win the round again. I mean, obviously, I know it's Miami. They're not gonna be pulling out the same exact strat they ran last time. They're gonna be playing different, as you can see by the op picks.
Yeah.
Looking for some drone denial here on Jilkso. Hopefully playing into that time waste that I was talking about. Because that's the only thing because Calgary's a very deliberate team. I think that as long as you throw enough things at them that they have to invest their time into, you can whittle it away, and then before you know it, you force them to rush into and execute, and that's when they get sloppy. But it's very hard to force them into that scenario in the first place. So hopefully with the Azami, you got the Valk for intel, the Azami, and then the Jaeger and Wamai for the util burn, definitely going for something where you're slowing them down and getting into their pace and rhythm a lot. So we'll be very interested to see how that works out this round.
I mean, they have Jigsaw all the way down in the basement. So if you want time killing, I mean, you put a guy in the basement, that might help you out. So we'll see if he's
I mean, as long as they find him down there. I don't know if they're droning that necessarily, but I mean, he's Mozzie. Set his utility and forget it. Whether or not he does anything down here, I mean, his utility did the work to waste time. So gonna be interesting to see if he flanks up, because I do doubt that you're droning basement here. You're probably setting up flank drones on main stairs and blue, maybe even west main. But I doubt they're full clearing the basement unless they had some premonition that he was down there based off prep phase drones.
Jimmer spots one of the outcams, so they're able to get that out of the way.
Gets that out of the way, and they do have the IQ on the board now.
Right there. That gets it. That's the second Valcam gone, so that's two gone. Wamai sits top mezzanine with the assistance of the Jaeger close by of lobs.
Interesting there that they had the drone on him, then drove another drone up behind him.
And there's Jigsaw on the flank onto Jimmer. So we're talking about how he wasn't going to do much, but he able to pick up one and pretty big.
Yeah, he is able to pull the flank off. I mean, he's not in the basement, so technically still true he didn't do anything in the basement, but Lob's going to do something up here to Phil, but William's going to trade it back onto Ozzy.
Lob
being
still
on a 4v3 here.
Library stairs.
Position's probably made aware of. Flashes go out, just kind of staving off anyone swinging piano. Door doesn't look like it's going to do that, but the cross comes out. They are going to be safe. It's going to be Williams low now, but definitely better than the alternative of not escaping with your life there. Lob looking probably to fall off. I don't...
And there he goes.
Yeah, it's just the IQ. There he goes, down to the basement. Williams not going to be able to get the cutoff in time, so... Loose cannon Lob, seeing where he goes. He has the option of coming up on a flank, or he could just play man count, and here comes the flank from him coming up west main, and he's got live ping. Oh, but he moves as the ping comes out. He's going to get the down.
Williams down, and there's the ping through. So that Valcam at the top of kitchen door wall helps him out.
Have they not shot that cam?
I don't believe so, because I think that's what the ping came through.
Because the default cam's down. Yeah, I can't think of another cam. Maybe they have a cam around. Oh!
And Jigsaw on the run out takes him down. He's going to run out again. Tri-X kills him. Case is cold. 3 guys to go through. Tri-X.
10 seconds left. Good luck. Polanello, that's your only chance here. And yeah.
Bedmite picks him up. And yeah, I believe that Valcam was still up. So that's the information was fed.
That's a very un-Calgary mistake to make. You pinged the Valcam, you had the IQ, but you still gotta break it. That's just, yeah, very unfortunate. Because yeah, the default cam is down. Maybe they had another cam somewhere in Fireplace, but we'll make sure to ask about that if we get an interview with Calgary. But good coordination nonetheless, making sure dead teammates are on cams. It sounds simple and like a fundamental of Siege, but it's amazing how many people don't do that. And you can see it when spectating, too. You see what they're looking at when they're dead. So, a quick scoreboard check here. Williams getting his fair share in the frag department. The 4 kills first round always help. But nonetheless, still carrying his weight, and the weight of a couple others, I'd say, with the 7 kills. Clear of everyone else in the lobby by 1. You got Jilxo at 6, but no one else over 3. Just those 2 kind of picking up their kills. Gonna be interesting. Jilxo on the mute now. We saw him on like a very, very loose roam last round, but now we're gonna see him, you know, on a 3 armor. So it'll be interesting to see if he's just kind of holding a position, and utilizing the gun skill in that way, just kind of saying, clear me out. Taking gunfights?
We saw that M590 get used to real good success.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second best shotgun in the game, but it's the best shotgun that gets used. Yeah. I'd say the M870 clears, but no one's using. Oh!
Jixel almost gets the timing, but I don't. He might use
Oh,
this
the
nitro
C4.
cell to
This
get
might nick the windowsill. Oh, yeah, he's not confident. That was the worst place to vault, but he gets down nonetheless. Yana just kind of scared in that corner, just doing a little serving timeout in the corner, I suppose, but we'll make our way on into office here. So no harm, no foul, I suppose, from the hi, how you doing at the beginning of the round. I guess supposed to work our way into a normal clear anyways, looking like a master over clear. Pretty standard, except no solar clear like we saw the first time they attacked this site. Bedmite's going to be taking full advantage of that, despite the fact there's a cam there.
There is.
Maybe the leaves blocking out the cam a little bit. So they're gonna waste a little time here. Like I said, if you can distract Calgary enough, they're gonna be thorough. He shoots them, does a little damage, falls off. They've now spent 45 seconds reconfirming his location. They still don't know where he is, but they do realize they have the map control, so they go and hop in, pop a flank drone off it, and trust that they get the intel when the time comes.
Yeah, I was happy when you said I want to be on this game. It's a great game, and it's you learn. I mean, I learned so much watching Calgary. I will say, out of all the games that Hyper Series has, anytime Calgary plays, as Jimmer picks up Bedmite, anytime Calgary plays, I'm sure that you always learn something watching these guys play.
Yeah, and I mean, no slight to these guys, but you can learn anything from anyone. I think that's an important part as well. He picks up another pick here on the game for him on the lob. It's going to be him gone for the round. He had some significant impact last round with that 416, but he's going to be cool on the floor. But yeah, as you were saying, I think you can learn from anyone. You just got an open mind. I mean, you could have a bronze that just happens to know something you don't. It doesn't make them smarter than you, but you still learn from them.
Ozzy runs into Triex's ADS on the SRK 3000. And D. Watson and Jigsaw, the SAS brothers, left to fend off the 5-man attack of the Dubsney. However, time in their favor. Williams picks up Jigsaw. Half can trap of Bedmite picks up Williams,
From
and
the
the
grave.
D. Watson shooting
shots.
the body,
And
Jimmer gets the karma back onto D. Watson. I'm so happy I spectated that as Jimmer picks up the kill.
Body shots. There's so many. So body shots onto the kill you didn't get even while you're in a 1v4. That's just something else. Well, 3-2 split so far. About where I'd expect it this game. I mean, I think we're either getting a 3-3 or a 4-2. Obviously, those are the two options now, but like it's a Chalet match. I'm not expecting it to go defender-sided whatsoever. Even though it's a util-heavy map, it's still attacker-favored. But yeah, so far, I think we're going to be seeing a little more of an aggressive play. We got the Thunderbird and the Solus coming out to see what Miami can switch up on their last defense here. Kind of your last shot at making adjustments and kind of growing from what you're learning on defense. Another basement defense here.
And back to cellar.
Yeah, back down to cellar. I think, I mean, with a more aggressive lineup, I think it could be okay. Going to be important for them to hold West Main and Kitchen area as long as possible. Because if you keep 2-3 people on site, you don't really got to worry about a breach execute. But if you maintain that West Main and trophy control for a while, it's going to be very hard for anything to happen backside until much later in the round. So it'll be interesting to see how they utilize this utility. I think we're seeing a very targeted approach to the drone-heavy attack of Calgary. Seeing the Solus now and the Mute, we saw Ozzy earlier. I think great adjustments are being made. We're seeing the spaz on
I was just about to ask you, what do you think of this play from Long?
Depends where you're playing. I mean, Tidal Wave had strats. I think that's well, I guess that news will come out later, but I say we have strats on certain maps where Spaz is played on Thunderbird. I mean, you think, I guess, kind of a strat of an older time, but one of our kind of like marquee strats was just util dumping Closet on Villa and playing Thunderbird Shotty. You're not winning that no matter what. But Wall opened pretty quickly here, just like it was the round before. You got EMPs, Thatcher's in play, shouldn't be much a difficulty.
Staring at each other here.
Yeah, just kind of a standoff here. No drones have come through from what I can tell, so again, Calgary being patient, playing behind their drones as they should, and there it comes through. It's going to be whiffed on, so that thing's going to escape unscathed, but still no vault in here on the West Main window. just kind of being patient outside. That it's kind of Calgary's virtue. They're patient until they're not, and then everything happens. So it's going to be interesting to see when the trigger, or the switch gets flipped, rather.
Oh, that debris is not very favorable here for
Yeah,
Triax.
I don't know if he sees what we're seeing, given that it's spectate, but yeah,
Oh, there's a reveal used by Ozzy. A full reveal
yeah.
from Ozzy, and we'll see if he comes back here for Triax.
Yeah, like I said, having this west main control will help stave off that back push, but this cutoff is designed to, like, prevent... you allow your players to get down backside, but Joke's going to kill Phil on the backside.
And then
Ozzy's
Ozzy
gonna pick up
takes
one of the
Triax,
tricks.
and Jixel takes Jimmer. Benmite takes Cayman. It's just Williams left. It's a flurry of kills. Williams trying to come find Ozzy now, but he's got company.
Make his way up the
He's
stairs.
got the Thunderbird. Now he's got two guys at the bottom of the stairs, and everybody on the Neon just pushed Williams. And we're got a 3-3 split at the half.
Yeah, we had the mine at the end of the round there. But yeah, I think, like I said, patience is their virtue until they flip the switch and everything happens. I didn't say it necessarily had to happen in their favor. We were mostly looking, at what was going on the second floor, not necessarily what was going on site. But we saw wall didn't get opened. I think it was just a matter of some action happened on the wine cellar door, and then they just kind of flooded out behind that and kept feeding off it as the vault came in on West Main. So I think, yeah, biggest thing there, they refused to get refused to get the trophy control fully. They just set a cutoff on the West Main window, which can work, but it's like someone can just sprint past the cutoff, and survive. Like, it's perfectly possible that happens, so you have to be aware of someone still able to come down West Main, even though you have a cutoff, so it's more, you gotta think about it, it's there, and you have to commit kind of more manpower to it to watch it as well. And I think that probably could have been the downfall there. You're paying attention to what's coming behind you and not paying attention to what's ahead of you. It's like driving in your mirror going down the interstate. So yeah, unfortunate there for Calgary, but 3-3 split, good for both teams. I think both teams would be happy with that. I mean, we'll be able to ask post-game, but I'd be happy at this point on either side. Just with the scoreline. I mean, obviously play can always be improved, so I mean, maybe I'd be like, oh hey, we could calm this, we could calm that, but I think in general, people would be happy. We're going to see the vault up spawn peak from Hockey of all players. Just does a little damage to Ozzy, and I say that not like he's bad, he's just on mute. He's typically the support for Calgary, so like kind of surprising to see him being the one taking the spawn peak, especially before he gets his reinforcements down. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. He's sitting on 0-3, but he's the hard support. He's been droning. He doesn't need to pick up kills to be useful, and Jokso will not be useful for the rest of this round as Jimmer picks him up as the entry. Great pick there. Don't know if he made use of the Specchio gadget there. But nonetheless, that's a Jackal gun. If you're the attack here for Miami, you could lose worse operators, you could lose your Hibana, you could lose your, maybe the Zero, you don't have the flank cams up. Jokso on the Jackal,
about to hop
important.
on Lobs, but sorry, Cayman, but he dies in the process of me trying to get to him. So that's even Stevens now as Ozzy gets his first of the game.
Yeah, it's a mute gun, but set and forget utility, so not the worst pick to lose either. So we still got a lot of utility left on the board to be used. I mean, really the only people you'd like to see stay alive a little later in the round would be Jimmer on the Solus, Williams on the Lamai, and then Watson on the Hibana, of course, and then maybe Lobs on the Zero. But I mean, everyone else is kind of expendable, so it'll be interesting to see how they play those.
1 health after an engagement with, I think, somebody from Trophy. Yeah, it looks like it, or at least that side of the map. Triax still stuck in this awkward position that he's in a vertical play. The 2 windows. Williams taking damage in the process as well. And we got a minute to go. Triax just jumps down,
for the vault.
And the kill on
the They've just swapped positions. They just did a full 180. They were just playing a ring around the Rosie on a staircase. I didn't know that was possible. But I mean, I guess he can just go around and go back to site as everyone picks stuff back up. But he's going to keep playing in Trophy. Are they aware that he dropped? Did they not hear it?
I don't think so, because Ozzy got shot as he dropped, so I think that bullets masked the sound of that drop. still, he hurts himself. Bedmike down. Triax gets a kill from his underneath position. Here comes D. Watson. He gets one. Triax gets a second after his vault. And the Calgary Dub Snoozers turn an awkward rotation into 2 kills and a round win.
Yeah, the solar sound must have just been crazy that round, because he vaults down, no one hears him vault, picks up the free pick, walks up the stairs, Watson swings in, and based on the kill cam, he didn't hear him swinging in. He was just holding it, then all of a sudden Watson's 3 feet right of the crosshair. So, very interesting round there. I think mainly the downfall there is it's just a solar take. Solar takes can be good if it's paired up with a library take as well. I think you have to put pressure on the backside. Otherwise, you just see what we saw. You have a guy playing a master, you have a guy playing over by bathroom. If you try pressuring the bathroom guy from bathroom window, you're going to get shot from Ivy. So, just a lot of crossfires established, and not a great way to establish map control if you're going for a solar only take.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they can be good because people don't expect you to only take solar sometimes. So, it depends on the round, but I think, yeah, that could have complemented better with someone pushing library or even a couple people, but when you drop your Jackal 30 seconds into the round, you're kind of scrambling to accumulate numbers on whatever you're going to push. So. I'm just gonna bar defense here, so perfectly normal. Again, I was kind of surprised they went master first, but it worked. I mean, like I said, I would go kitchen or bar first. Again, all preference. If you're winning them, it doesn't matter. But I think it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what their rotation is here, to see if they use kitchen or basement as their third site. But pretty typical setup here.
Yeah.
Just seeing kind of a master side roam, loosely shoot drones, fall off, waste time. Utilizing that Solus very well here for Jimmer. Not actually shot the drone yet, but has made it stop in its tracks nonetheless. Seeing as another solar take here, so on this side it's not as bad because you're not walking into sight basically, trying to make your ingress into the map. But we'll see how they work these rappel angles and see how quickly they clear, because we're already a minute in and they've one attacker has stepped foot in the map.
And Ozzy, the one attacker, is dead by Phil's new copy. They're going to try and shoot through the floor, no luck.
Yeah, the hip fires through the floor tend to be a little roll of the dice, so to speak. And then do we have someone sneaking up West Main? Okay, I saw something over by West Main. Anyways, it might have been a defender. Anyways, but yeah, still trying to get this master side control. Again, seeing that opening pick really stall out Miami. They don't have the man count they want. They have Watson on the drones. They don't really want to get rid of. They don't want to push a sledge into their opening engagements this early. I mean, you have a Nook, but basically everyone else, they just know. No, there's no way he's not droned here, right?
That's what I was thinking. I want to see if he's droned and if he takes the shot onto the zero with the sledge in the room.
No, I don't think he's droned.
Jixlow takes a lot of damage. Zero, that's the zero of lobs, is going to swing this. I don't know if he's going to check the feed holes. Williams playing the long game here.
Not droned at all.
And
the
Williams, there we go. Williams gets it. Jixlow not even close.
Oh, and you can see the player on K9 get the call as well, and Williams going to be shut down there by Jokes.
Bedmite is sneaking up here towards gaming room.
Utilizing Nook perfectly.
But he is now in the site.
Just one in stock.
And he gets
everyone
the
else
kill.
Is barricaded out. He has sight control.
D. Watson is in. Case can go down here. Jokes though, he gets picked up by Kanan.
But Case can go down. The cover is going to be very difficult to pull off here, as you can see. Calgary's taking their time to coordinate a retake, not just rushing into things. They have man advantage. Cover goes down. 1v3 here for Watson. Watson's going to get fragged out. And that's going to be a simple stick on the disable, as defined at first. But great retake there. Calgary not panicking that they lost sight, knowing that they still had numbers. Worked those numbers perfectly on the retake.
Bomb defusing attempt failed.
Great idea by the Neon though to turn. They get you got sight control,
let's put it down, let's try and make something happen. But again, just the pure numbers.
Yeah, that's one of those slow rounds where you're trying to clear, and like you got 3 or 4 people like working on the roam clear like they were up in Master, not going well, and then just all of a sudden that one entry is just like, hey, I got sight by the way.
And
And
there's
you're
our
just like,
timeout.
oh, what? First time out here coming from Neon. I'm not gonna lie, because this is the first time we've had back-to-back rounds one.
Yeah.
I low-key would have liked to see it more on the defense. Um, just because you can talk about your defensive strategy a lot more. I mean, you can talk about how you're attacking things, but it's more of a round-around basis. Um, you don't know what's coming, and you haven't gotten through a full site rotation yet either, so you really don't know what site you're going to be attacking this round. So interesting to see it called here. I wonder what they're talking about. We'll see what adjustments they make. I see a kitchen dining taken here. No real surprise for me. Avoiding that basement, like I said earlier. Calgary seems to enjoy that. And kitchen, I think, is just great. You bring the castle, you got smoke, you got Wamai, you got frost, you got mute. You got lots of shotguns, lots of extension with the castle. You can play upstairs, waste a whole lot of time, or just hold upstairs the whole entire round, and you make sight basically impossible to take with those vert angles. Or if you do get cleared out, you still can play sight for a good 30-second waste if you play upstairs long enough. You just gotta make it stick, and that's why I think this is one of the better sites on the map. Plus, you always have the option, not necessarily with this lineup because you only got the one C4 on hockey. You can even fall off a site, drop through that wine hatch, and still have the C4 ability on the default plant. I mean, you can fall off in multiple stages, so to speak, and still be okay. Because, I mean, for the most part, you're going to be seeing a library overtake. So they're going to clear the top floor. That's going to be their goal, is clear the top floor, clear the first floor fireplace, make sure no one's hanging out over in bar, and then work their way towards this kitchen bomb site we're looking at here. And even if you clear all of that, you clear the kitchen bomb site, you still have to contend with the head holes on Trophy Wall that you can watch from Solar Landing, the player on Half Wall. There's just so much to deal with after clearing basically the entire map that I think it just makes this site probably one of the best on the map. Probably the best, I should say.
I will say though, the lineup that Miami brings should be able to deal with majority of whatever they throw. I think that's Jixlow going underneath. Yeah, if Jixlow's going to do a bottom-up take here with the Finka.
Now flashes and pocket, going to be interesting to see how he uses those, because you can pair him with the utility. Interesting to see the LMG being picked. I did see something on Twitter a couple weeks ago that someone was like, oh look, they unnerfed the LMG, but I forget if that was on PC or console, to be honest. But yeah, interesting pick. He picked it earlier, we didn't get to see a whole lot of it, but he is droning himself up, so it seems like this is a very one-man army here for him while the rest of the team does their own thing together. But you're going to see everyone kind of flood in behind him on the bottom floor, so we're not going to see the clear. They're not going to play into the strat here for Calgary, which I think can be good, but I do worry about what I said earlier. They have the vert control, so even if you are able to walk in and flood site, you still have to worry about getting shot like fish in a barrel from above and from solar, and like that solar landing. There's just a lot of areas that even if you do storm site, you can be overwhelmed once you get on there.
Jixlow throwing all 3 flashes in, and he's just going to make a play. I think that shot came from underneath.
I think it did, and I don't think he realizes.
No, I think he runs out thinking there's somebody in office. And it looks like now they've reconvened on his position as Williams takes him down. As there's a
he's swinging with
and
very
Lobs
little intel
gets
so
caught
far.
in the bear
Oh,
trap.
no.
Williams down. It's Lobs 3v2, and that's just a missed drone from the Neon. Bedmite gets taken down by Jimmer. D. Watson refrags onto Williams, and we're back to a 4v2. But a missed drone, that hurt. That's a crucial missed drone, getting caught in the bear trap like that.
Yeah, big mistake in the bear trap, but I think even more specifically, I mean, you got 7 drones on the board. You shouldn't have your Finka just swinging on the people with no intel. Like, she was not aware of the floor holes. She was not aware of where the player was exactly for bathroom. She's just kind of swinging it, trying to quick peek and get intel that way. So kind of interesting that that was working that way. So I'll review that a little more after this. As Watson's trying to confirm a clutch here, but you know, 1v3, 13 seconds,
And
can't
a
even get through those
shotgun into
holes.
the face. Map
Yeah.
point for the Dub Snoozers.
A lot of indecision there. Like, you call the timeout, I would think you have a good idea of what you want to do going into the next round, and then everyone, like, went in the bottom floor, and then we were upstairs trying to clear office, and
then everybody died.
with very little intel, too. Like, there wasn't... It just, they seemed lost. Like, maybe there may have been intel, maybe it wasn't calmed well, or it wasn't heard, but your finger should not just be running around swinging things with no intel, and then they didn't have intel on the frost mat, I guess, or they just forgot about it. I don't know. I think honestly, over the Cade ban, a frost ban may have been better here for Miami.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
We've seen them get caught out a couple times thus far. Obviously, I'm not saying always ban Cade or always ban Frost over Cade, but Frost has been a thorn in their side. They're not. The intel game just isn't there. I get they're playing with two subs that are mainly playing entry roles. You see Lob been on the Jaeger, he's on the Ash now. Jokso's been on the Jackal.
Joko's having a good game though.
And he's having a good game, but he's swinging kind of ill-advised. Like, I wouldn't say he cost the team the round,
Yeah.
but you can have rounds where you go off, and rounds where you're not a factor. And
5 seconds to go.
even if you're doing well, the coordination still might not be there. So, like, compare it to in a Dexy or in an Eno, they could be putting up the same stat line, but in those 8 deaths, they're probably getting traded more often. It's probably being communicated better what map control they have, stuff like that. I don't know how much Lob has scrimmed with Miami. I haven't scrimmed against Lob specifically in a Miami roster before, so yeah, just kind of interesting. It seems like there's just a lot of miscommunication so far that just needs to be cleaned up, and you don't have any time to clean it up. You just got to make it better this round to make it stick.
Jimmer, I think that's damage from the tracks. It is. It's a little bit of damage on the tracks. I don't think there's anybody nearby.
Yeah,
Williams,
it's taking
top mezzanine. Just gonna chill here. Got
a set up there.
almost a kill on D Watson. I thought that hit his head, but it looks like it hit his shoulder instead. There comes another set of stingers right into his feet. Williams retreats back to site. And
That's library control a minute in. Much better. Because last time a minute of the round, they were still doing whatever on the bottom floor. So they have control, setting up, getting the wall open, and pressure out here on the balcony, which then kind of, you know, works as avenues into your execute. They're setting this up a whole lot better than they have been. Getting these open, getting these angles prepped in order to capitalize later in the round is great. Gonna see if this Habana of Watson is able to get the wall open here. Getting it open.
gonna get one. He's gonna get one pellet off.
He'll be able to get it open just to get the Ash Guns.
And
get that
there,
off,
the
and
Ash
there it
charge
goes.
gets it, and there goes the rest of that
Very
wall.
simple clear there. I find it interesting they haven't EMPs at all. Thatcher's unbanned, and pocket EMPs are a thing. Jimmer
Yeah,
now
they do.
vaulting down.
Redmite's got two actually, and
Oh, they're
Jixel's
just
got one.
unused.
They're unused.
But we're going below to blow up the mute jammer. Okay. So maybe a little mismanagement of time and utility there, but
There it
seems
is.
like
there
you go. You burn the ADS. Interesting way to burn the ADS. I like that. Disables. I don't know if it disables it for longer than burning it necessarily, but the one my magnet nonetheless catches out whatever went through that double door. So
Jimmer.
just playing below, playing for a plant now.
Remember,
But he's gonna
Bedbite. There's an
contest with
EMP.
that.
Bedbite with the
Oh,
deagle. Refrag by Hockey.
Great refrag and replacement by Hockey. Trix gets one, Lob gets one. It's a 3v3 now with 30 seconds to go and the plant going down. The Hockey was just below with a C4, but I think he ran his way back up the stairs, and that's going to be
There's a
plant
good
down.
crossfire. D Watson
Oh, he
gets
sneaks
out.
out.
He gets out. That Habana for a one armor is eating up a lot of bullets. I will say.
Well, this is MPK5 bullets through a wall, so you're getting hit with grains of rice at that point, but...
Haven's on the counter
Haven
defuse.
on the counter defuse.
And Phil though gets one. He got a chance here. He's able to get one more.
Work the 1v2 here. He can work his ones here, though. They're not in a position to refrag each other. But he's only got 5 seconds now to get these 2 kills, and he's not going to be able to win this round. let alone get these kills, I think. Yeah, no one's going to be swinging onto him. He's just going to be spraying
Watson.
bullets, and Watson's going to pick up the free but basically empty frag at that point. But pad the stats when you can, why not? You gotta pad the stats after the 0 kill performance on Bank. He got MVP, don't get me wrong. But I'm sure he still wants some kills on the board, who doesn't? I think he's picking up, he's doing well in the frag department today, if I remember right. If we can get a look at the scoreboard here. Once we get through here. Yeah. Again, I think we're having, or not we, Miami's still kind of having a little communication problem. Like, those picks are coming in, like,
That round was
right
better,
at
though.
0. That round, yes, that round in all was great. They communicated well, but, like, they knew what site they were going
Attackers
to.
need to
'Cause
locate and defuse
Yeah.
you got to the end of the rotation, you knew what site you're hitting. You'll probably know what site you're hitting now, because Calgary's not going to repeat a site. They're going to go down to Bar. But it's just interesting that they got their picks at the very last second. Watson with the Mav. Jokso on the Ace now. Excuse me. Just a couple interesting combos there. Just not ops that I can typically see Watson on. Not saying you can't play him, but just something new. Already 3 drones gone from Miami. That's no bueno. And can we take a peek over at the frag counts real quick while we're getting the site set up? Okay. Yeah, Watson sitting at 6 and 6. Okay, that was the specific thing I would look at, but in general, fairly even. I mean, you got someone at 10, 7, and 6 on both teams. Ozzy at 2, came in at 3. The only real difference is Williams on 11 versus the 5th player for Miami is going to be at 6. Whether the 5th player is Lob or D. Watson. So, really, the contributors are fairly similar. I mean, everyone's playing to their role for the most part. But Calgary's just, you know, they have the round advantage, so they're going to have the frag advantage. But I honestly expect it to be a little bigger with a 2-round lead. But
The game's been close, though, I will say.
Yeah,
The scoreline...
game's been close. The rounds have been close. That's real close for
That is
Phil.
real close.
Lucky to escape with his life. There's no other word for it. But again, this site just warrants someone in office running past someone else in office and then just moving on with the round. So that's interesting. Phil's gonna have to play on 40 health the rest of the round. No heals on the team, but I would much rather that than not have my Wamai on the board from off rip. So I mean, oh well. But as the attack already got your master side control, that's good, but we're already at 140. You'd hopefully have the shield at least working towards getting burnt out here. Jokes is going to get the opening on the German. That's a great pick. Bedmite onto Phil. Where's he
Jokes though into the frost mat.
We got to drone the frost mats, guys. This is like the 3rd one in 4 rounds on attack here, but I guess it's the 5th round, but Jokeso's still down, probably recoverable. Like, it's dangerous with Williams playing the shield, but you have 2 other people up to cover the shield while you go for a res. Up to you guys. I wouldn't like to be the one making this call, but I think otherwise they have library control. They just have to contend.
The timing doesn't go his way. Williams gets to confirm and gets out.
Yeah, I think that's the default still being up, because, you know, you can't shoot it when you step on a frost mat coming through the window. But 3v3 here, falling down. 43 seconds left on the clock. This is not going to bode well for Miami here. They need to work and execute. Bedmite going to be sneaking his way up from downstairs, going to try and walk in sight as he did the time before, but he didn't go through this door because it was barricaded last time as well. He's going to open that up, make his position known.
One guy behind the bar, he doesn't know he's there.
Is not aware.
It doesn't matter. Bedmite
from tricks, and again, Bedmite has sight control, but someone's following him in. Lob's gonna get that because it's Williams. Last one alive is gonna be in kitchen hallway here, but defuse down. 13 seconds. They're gonna have to get the killer, run and grab and try and stick a plan. I think chasing's a better option.
Lobs
but they're
and
gonna
then he drops the hatch.
No, he falls through the hatch. He has to make his way back up. He can still win this if he takes one back by 1, but he rushes into sight. Pure panic. I get, like, falling through the hatch. I don't want to say it's not on you, because you should probably know the hatch is open, but I get it. You're not looking at the hatch. That's not what you're thinking about there, but he the reaction to falling through the hatch is what I think cost him the chance of that 1v2
That
there.
was just a panic.
Yeah, pure panic. Like, just he did not stop sprinting after his feet hit the floor in basement, and I think like he heard the plant going down as he started to swing and fell through the hatch. I think once you fall through, you gotta concede. I'm not gonna win this right now. I have to take my picks one at a time. Sprinting in there is not gonna help him out. Um, but yeah, probably just a fear of throwing because you're up 6-3,
Yep.
and it's 6-4, and then it's like I have a 1v2 to close this out, and now it's 6-5. Nerves starting to set in for both sides, I think. I mean, Miami Neon not showing it, but nerves definitely starting to set in for Calgary, which is surprising. I think they're a team that is fairly calm in the experience I've had against them. I mean, these shots missed by the original bar player. I mean, you had Bedmite walking in the buck kind of unaware. The shots came out. He kind of looks like, where are those coming from? And then has time to figure out where they're coming from, and then kill the bar player reloading. So just a couple mechanical mistakes, I guess. I mean, the missed shots are mechanical mistakes, but falling through the hatch, they're not it's not like you're playing bad when that happens. It's not like you're not getting your dreams, you're not playing off your teammates, you're not droning well. It's just unfortunate happenstances. I don't know what else to call it. But better drone economy here in the prep phase from Neon.
They kept
Yeah, saved 4 lob pluses, but that's his job. He's playing the Ash. You figure out the site, you figure out who they're bringing so that we can adjust our lineup accordingly, because you're Ash, you don't want to be on drones. And as I speak, drone comes out to support him as he hops in, but he is a little... One thing I've noticed, again, playing with subs a little rusty, he hops in before the drone really gets in. Now that it's mute jammed, it's not going to be helping him out much, but he did not know the library was clear when he hopped in. So, yeah, making sure he's playing behind the drones like how
That's a lovely Wamai, I will say. You burned that extra.
He was even looking for it when he came in. He just didn't walk up all the way. So, yeah, great Wamai placement, great. It's the little things that Calgary does right that makes them such a good team, I truly believe. And, yeah, I mean, you just burnt the gas charge, now you got no ash charges left. She's gonna have to use breaching charges or resort to other devices, or get jumped out on. That works too. Thanks, Jimmer, great job. Head back inside, close up the door like nothing happened. Plead innocent. So, opening pick, that's obviously never good. You're setting the tone for the round. We've seen this a lot, though, especially on defense for Calgary here. Good map control.
Takes out
Jokes
Cayman.
off.
I think that's on the cross of
like
the breach.
His sight was not set up, but great shot there. Breach wide open. Able to walk in here for Jokes. He's got the half wall control. And I said sight. I didn't mean sight. I meant the hold, because this is a kitchen defense. Good swing there from Watson. Williams just not able to pull the trigger in time. Great angle from Watson. That's going to move man count forward. Basically full top floor clear. Done here. You just got the last player kind of over by Solar, but you have the vert presence to push the players off of site in order to get a plant down. So that's good. Still got Tricks holding his vert holes. Haven't pressured him completely yet, so he's still able to play there. I don't know if we're gonna keep the man count up here. It seems like they're kind of falling off this top control to be able to move towards execute. You need to keep people up there to make sure you're keeping them honest and just not trading back top floor control like it's a Pokemon card. But that's going to be Jimmer taking it right on back from Ozzy, and now it's going to be really hard to get a plant down.
Take down Phil. There, Jokes low, and now it's up to Jimmer. He has the vertical.
He's above. He's got the vert. It depends on where plant goes down. They're going to be looking for a smart spot to put this down. It's going to be started over just beside half wall, kind of tucked away over by the
shrubs.
west main door. Yeah, in the shrubs there. And on top of the drone hole, so it's going to be on to Jimmer to retake. There's the first. At this point, you need to fall as far away. You may be able to play like double door, play top main stairs. You don't need to give him frags or ones whatsoever. He's going to make his way down here into the main area anyways, so play
that
over by trophy.
Pick him up. Oh, now it does.
Okay, he knows now, but the positioning is really easy to take ones. There's your one
seconds.
for Jokes. 1v1 onto Watson. 11 seconds. He's got to get the kill here. Swing comes out. He's not going to be able to get it.
OT.
Some sloppily played there from Miami in the post plant, but the clock is their friend once you get the defuse down. again, they're playing with 2 subs. I mean, things aren't going to be 100% smooth all the time, and they won the round. The execute there was really great. We didn't see a whole lot of the gunfights there, just because you're expecting the guy on bomb chassis, but like the execute itself was great, but they gave up that top control for no reason. You need to make sure you're maintaining that, because the only reason you would have to give it up is if you don't have the bodies to take sight. But if you keep a man above, you have 3-on-3 guys fighting on sight, and then you have one guy above that's not going to get contested, can just shoot fish in a barrel. So giving that up was definitely dangerous. Great job by Jimmer of taking advantage of that, because you can give up top floor control and be fine. The defense has to act on your resignation of the top floor there. And if they don't, you're going to be fine. But great job by Jimmer. I think he realized, he's like, I've been someone this whole time. They really haven't pushed me. I can kind of get aggro here. And just worked his way across and made it work. But couldn't make it stick. He's one man. He isn't the whole team, even though he was acting as it the whole round there. So unfortunate for him. But yeah, definitely got to give him kudos for the way he played. But also kudos to Watson there, making sure he's playing the clock well. But the positioning, I think, in the post plant could definitely be better. Just handing Jimmer ones is the best way to lose a match. Speaking from personal experience from Tampa Bay, I didn't play in the game, but I watched it, and I was just like, why are we just handing this man ones? So unfortunate. We'll see if they do get a plant down here in this round, as they are continuing on the attack here in OT. We'll see if they get a plant down, if it improves. But D. Watson having a really good game. Obviously, people have more kills than him, but he's playing support. He's 8 and 7. He's got 3 plants. It's a 50% plant rate. That is really good. I think average at a T1 level is around 10 to 15% of rounds.
Been a lot of plants this game, looking at the stats.
Yeah, Watson's at 3. Cayman's got his 1. And we do have one of them got counter defused. That's gonna happen when you plant a lot. I mean, you aren't gonna win every single post plant, but Bedmite's also not gonna win every single entry as he gets taken down in trophy. Again, kind of a common position there. Like, I feel like he would be aware we don't see any drones there. So yeah, maybe not having the intel there, but losing Bedmite early on is not what you want to have from the side of Neon.
D. Watson, our man, pushing in here.
The man of many takes, and do they use the EMPs here, or do they go below again? Like, just use the EMP.
I like the EMP back.
Okay,
there it is.
Thank you. Granted, they still might want to clear below. I came in lurking. He's been shotgun immune. He's been running the John Deere skin on the MP5K a lot today, but that's going to be Jokes picking up Williams.
Hit by the
Cayman going through the tracks, and it's going to make just enough noise for Ozzy to flicker out onto Cayman. Great play there by him, watching the flank. Jokes picking up another, making it a 4v2. And just on Jimmer and Phil, and just Jimmer and Solar, we saw that worked out last round. Picking up one on the Jokes, but the plant's going to be able to go down pretty uncontested. Jimmer's not going to have time to get below and counter this out. And Phil's going to drop it yet again. Jimmer to 1v3. And now we get into the second of the round where everyone just sits back. Oh, he gets the kill, but the Claymore's there. Great jump out. I would say, oh, she's unsuspecting, but there's a Claymore there, so you don't really got to worry because you win the round if he hits it anyways. So, yeah, great plant. Another plant for Watson.
Another plant for Watson.
Great. I mean, you can see the evolution by Miami just going through this game. They're learning Calgary's playstyle, and they're making the appropriate adjustments to their attacks. They're working way faster. They're being more efficient with their drones. Even when they're losing opening gunfights, they're not stalling out as bad. The first 3 attacks, it was like, lose opening gunfight, and you go, oh, it was like they took the time to like host an entire funeral and wake for the entry death, and then they got into doing the rest of the round. But definitely the last few rounds, they've definitely sped up and, you know, been efficient. Even if they lose that opening pick, which is quite important. So kudos to them. We'll see how Calgary does. It's their first attack in 7 rounds. So hopefully no rust is set in on the attack. It can be kind of odd going back to the attack in OT after defending for a while. And I feel like just having that extra round on OT on defense, it makes it feel even like more foreign. It feels like a year ago was the last time you played attack. But
What do you think, Mr. Non? Do you think we're gonna go to sudden death, or it ends here?
I'd like to see full length, of course, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it. I mean, we got strong sight here. I like the sight pick going bar. I like the util setup with the Wamai and the Jaeger. You only have, well, you got the 2 shields actually. You got Smoke and Frosts actually. I think it really depends on how much Neon extends. Right now, it's really just sight and above. I think they really got to pressure Master for a while if they want to be able to stall Calgary out long enough to win this round. So, no real direct answer. I kind of beat around the bush, but
I was about to say, you're going to give me an answer or what?
I'll just say we see round 15. Okay, so Jimmer, looking like he wanted to go with the ladder, decides against it. Ladders can be a death trap, but that one never really tends to be. Joke's still putting down his frost mats. 15 right now.
And you said he's a sub.
For him. Yeah, he's subbing in.
He might have earned himself a starting
shout out
spot.
to Dalder, because he was talking about this last game. Neon's got 3 people in double digit on deaths, so I don't think Dalder's going to be too happy with that. But nonetheless, I don't think Miami cares as long as they get their win. That's all that matters to them, I'm sure.
Yep.
It's definitely the mentality that D. Watson has fostered over there, and I think it's a good one to have. But they are going to see Calgary taking a lot of the map control on the northeastern side of the map early here. Minute of the round, going to see one of these walls, an office box getting opened up. It's going to be the one in the mez. Kenny's going to get that open. And he's going to get the sight hole here into Ivy as well. See how quickly they can get the shield cleared out. I think it's just a couple mats.
Gets jumped out
There
by
goes Jimmer.
Ben might.
Lots of defensive opening picks this game, but Miami was able to set the trend, or set the tone rather, with, you know, kind of just keep going. Even if you lose the opening pick, you got to keep going forward. We're going to see if Calgary is able to keep going as well. They gonna have to pick the pace up here. I mean, they got the walls open,
10.
but
Joke slowed down by Cayman. That was a beautiful. I was just about to say, I think there's gonna be a crossfire coming through. Ozzy didn't swing it. Cayman goes down. It's lobs on the library stairs, holding out, and that was the engagement with the Ash.
4v4 here, not a lot of map control though. That's what's worrying me about Calgary here. They don't have any mez control. They're just now burning the ADSs. Gonna flash Ozzy out. I don't think he actually gets flashed, but he does get killed because he stands up. Don't stand up. You got the shield there. You're okay. You don't need to. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I get it. He was probably just trying to vault over the railing, but just so unfortunate timing for him that someone just happens to watch him right as he goes for the uncrouch, because he didn't seem too concerned about that window for most of the round. He was more concerned about the piano push. But
gets his.
yeah, nonetheless, Williams getting the frag here, and it's just Watson and Deadmite left.
This is it. This is the original Miami roster.
That round 15.
The original Miami roster to make it round 15. One drops, two are down, and it doesn't matter. Williams, it comes through in a big kill. We're going the distance on Chalet. 2 got down, then Williams just said, alright, I'll go do it myself.
And we give the MVP of this week to just Frost Mats in this matchup. I think we're at about a dozen Frost Mats hits, honestly.
That's okay. We can run with that.
I mean,
just the Frosty operator?
Just the mats, just the utility.
Oh, just the Frost mat itself.
I mean, I guess the shield's useful too, but yeah, I mean, the utility's sitting here. I mean, if we pull up the scoreboard, I mean, the utility, I think, would be near top frag right now. I think they got like a dozen kills. I mean, a lot of them didn't get confirmed or they got rezzed. Well, so obviously it wouldn't count as kills, but like, they waste time, they spoil executes, and they've spoiled a lot so far, as we saw. Nearly played spoiler last round. Thankfully for Miami and the viewers, we can see another round. It didn't, but we are going to see a kitchen defense here. Calgary getting the last laugh on defense. You asked me last round, so I'm going to ask you this round.
All right.
Who do you think's taking the round?
Defense taking the round.
Who do you think is taking the round?
Oh, I think defense is taking the round.
Oh, yeah, no, right?
I'm gonna say Calgary. I just looked at that. They got 4 in a row, and then they got 4. Sorry, it's not Calgary. Miami had the 4 in a row, but I feel that Calgary, they are fresh off the attacking win when they haven't done it in 1,000 years.
It is odd that at this point, round 9 seems like an eternity ago.
Yeah, it
But that was
does.
the last time defense won a round. So it could be in for Miami coming with the comeback, but it's gonna be up to them to make things happen. Calgary has set the stage. It is up to Miami to play into it. So 30 seconds of the round, all quiet on the Western Front so far. Not much extension outside of Master, which I think for Kitchen you don't need to. It's not as necessary as the inverse for Bar. You really need to extend over towards Master to waste some time. You don't really need to do that for Kitchen, I think. But yeah, it's going to be a very slow take. Don't want to make any mistakes, so being methodical isn't a problem as long as you're able to... No way.
He did it again. Yeah, he did it again.
No. You know it's there. It was there last time. Just unfortunate. Just a mental mistake. Chalked up to nothing more than that. But I mean, they won the last time with both that
double
charges being
Claymore.
dedicated. Double Claymore. It'd be really upset. Oh! Both people on the window just survived, just unscathed.
Gridlock just avoids the frost mat, I'm pretty sure.
Gridlock, I think, just avoided a frost mat and bullets from the teammate.
Bullets
But
from the
doesn't
enemy
avoid
kill
bullets from
him.
Cayman because they can just sit on half wall consistently unaffected. They have just like a invisibility cloak on half wall, I guess. On the right side, Jimmer drops as well on the other side. So we're gonna be seeing a 4v4. Oh, great drone placement there. Intel completely unaware of
And that's
He's
the
gonna
kill.
get the 3-fire. Great shot by Lob. Great communication there. Body stuck there for a sec. And a 4v3 here, but minute left, still got to get sight wall open, and we're going to see, I think the important thing is here, do they hold, again, it's a 4v3 on Kitchen, just like last time, do they hold the vert control? They're getting it open, but do they maintain it while they go into the execute? Gonna flush out the player on the wall, get the mute jammer off, Smoke's stuck in the corner, should have just sprinted away when that popped open, but hindsight's 20/20 nonetheless.
Williams.
That's gonna be the smoke gone. 30 seconds though. They still gotta get wall open and plant down as Williams retakes the top floor. What did I say? We have to hold these things. And someone's just gonna come on in. It's the Twitch and Trophy. And Phil's just gonna whiff a little
Williams
bit.
gonna
The
give
Twitch
it up,
did
but
too.
here we go. On the retake, Lobs takes Williams, and the Miami Neon have won.
Oh my. Again, Miami... Again, their execute, they're getting into sight and their roam clear were good, but the in-between steps were all over the place. I don't want to say they tried to throw it, but they gave... there was ability there for Calgary to